Welcome back to BS with Brian Simpson. We're back from Vegas, my favorite and least favorite city to visit. I had a good time though. Man, ate some good food. Went to Bazaar Meat. Man, that's such a fucking great steakhouse. Fucking world class. Every time I go to Vegas, I try to go to that motherfucker, man. It's so good. Anyway. Yeah, got to kick it with the homies, played a little blackjack, lost a lot of money. Not a lot of money, because I don't gamble like that for real. But yeah, it was good times. I'm gonna be my next out of town gig is gonna be Denver Comedy Works. That's gonna be July 11th, 12th, and 13th for stand-up. And then on the 14th, again, on the 14th of July at the Denver Comedy Works, I am doing the first bottom of the barrel outside of the comedy mothership. And depending on how well it goes, I might take it on the road other places. So we'll see. Yeah, if you're not familiar, bottom of the barrel, if you've never been to Austin, I do two of them actually every Tuesday at the Comedy Mothership in Austin, Texas at 7:30 and 10:30. And basically, we have the audience fill out slips of paper, whatever you want. We throw it in the bucket. Then the comics go up, for 5 or 10 minutes and pull shit out the bucket and just riff off the topics that they pull out the bucket. It's not revolutionary, but we don't film it. We don't clip it. We don't put it online. And I think that keeps the show more raw and entertaining and less contrived. So, I'm going to keep it that way. We're not filming it. We're not putting it up. We're not streaming it. If you want to see bottom of the barrel, you got to come through. All right. What else? Oh, my next date after that, 2 weeks after that, I'm going to be at the Comedy Castle in Royal Oak, Michigan. That's right outside of Detroit. That's going to be July 25th, 26th, and 27th. And then the next weekend, I'm going to be at Hilarities in Cleveland on July 2nd and 3rd. So, I'm sorry, on, wait a minute. Did my shit just? No, I'm sorry, on August 2nd and 3rd. So, yeah. Get them ticks. Handle your business. If you want advice from the advice champ, email me, BSwithBrianSimpson@gmail.com. You want to get tickets to any of those shows? Go to BrianSimpsonComedy.com or go to any of my socials at BS Comedian and click on the link tree. Actually, I think on TikTok, I'm Brian Simpson Comedies. But whatever, you'll find me. And don't forget to check out my Netflix special, Live from the Mothership, streaming right now on Netflix. Also, if you want to support the podcast, just click on them links, like, subscribe, share, all the things that you know how to do. Or tell somebody about it. That's a big one too. The subscribe is the big one. I don't know why that matters so much, but it does. And we're growing. Our subscribers are up 20% or something like that. I think we over 5K. When we hit 10K, what am I gonna do for 10K? I'm gonna do something special for 10K. I'll think of something. All right. As usual, I'm gonna start out with the emails just to get them knocked out. Let me see. This one here. Brian, I'm a new fan. Found your special while in a depressive episode, and it was the first time I had laughed in weeks, so thank you for that. Just listen to your latest episode, number 104, approximately 45 minutes in, when you talked about overdraft fees. I have TD, and a similar thing happened to me where they swapped my transactions around in a way that I got more overdrafts. I went in to complain and at one point asked the banker, didn't you guys just have a lawsuit for this? And her response straight up was, yeah, but now we just have to tell you that's what we do. What the fuck is that? Okay, so if you didn't watch the last episode, first of all, shame on you, Beaver Puss. But if you didn't watch the last episode, I was talking about how, about 10, 15 years ago, maybe 20, banks got in, a lot of the major banks got in trouble. Bank of America specifically, who is who I was banking with. But they were rearranging transactions so that they could charge you more overdraft fees, right? And so for example, let's just say for the sake of math, let's just say you had $10 in your bank account. You know what I mean? And you spent $1 here, $2 there, $2 here, $2 there, and then you spent $10, right? Well, now you just overdrafted with that $10 purchase. But what the bank would do is when you got your statement, they will put the $10 first. Right? So now all the other transactions after that are all separate overdraft fees. And I forget what reasoning they use for it or whatever. But so you could be out shopping and in real time it would look like you had money, and then when your shit settled up the next week or the next day, you would have 5 overdraft fees. And you'd be like, what the fuck? You know what I mean? And they had all these ways of plausibly denying it before and all this, but then they got sued. And like she was saying, they still do it, but now they just have to tell you that they do it. And you know how they tell you. They put it in the fine print and some shit that you got to click on that you're not going to read. Yeah, our banking system is crazy the way they just allowed to fuck you and get away with it over and over again. But it is what it is. Thank you so much, WS. Appreciate you. Next email, Brian, wanted to share how much I appreciate your comedy and perspective on things. May you continue to grow and achieve whatever goals you've set forth. Peace and blessings. Okay. What are your thoughts on this, though? I'm still friends with the woman I cheated on my ex with. I have a daughter with my ex, and so we co-parent and are good friends. I don't want to cause disruption or make this situation any more difficult. I feel it's dishonest by still being cool with the other woman at the same time, even though I am not in a romantic relationship with either of them. If I tell my ex this, I expect blowback and a more chaotic co-parenting situation. The other woman feels it's unfair to her that I am openly sharing about my co-parent relationship, yet on the other hand, I haven't shared anything with my ex about the other woman. Obviously, I'm aware it's messy, but I've created bonds with both of them. Thanks again. Stop listening to that other bitch. You listen to me. Because I hate to say women and generalize women. But so I'm going to say this. Women like this, right? They don't care what it costs you. You understand what I'm saying? She is in competition with the other bitch, and she don't care what that does to your life. You know what I mean? It's just that simple. You explain to her, listen, your ex don't need to know who you friends with. Does she have a fucking list of all your friends? No. So why would you tell her about your friendship with this other girl when it's going to complicate your life? And why would she want that? Because she wants to win. That's all that shit's about. She wants to stick it to that bitch because they in competition. It's just that fucking simple. And the more they say they ain't, the more you know that's a goddamn lie. Well, it's unfair that your baby mama don't know that I'm your friend. No, it ain't. You just my friend, bitch. And me telling her that me and you kicking it is gonna make her think that you more than friends. And it ain't gonna be no way to convince her that we not. So what would be the point? I don't benefit at all from telling her that I'm hanging out with you. I also cheated on her with you. You know what I'm saying? And you ain't throwing me no pussy. I ain't getting nothing out of fucking my life. Like, at least when you fucked my life up the first time, I was getting something out of it. And that was my mistake. But I'm not gonna fucking throw a monkey wrench in my shit to assuage your fucking girl ego. Fuck that. Nah, your friend need to shut the fuck up. Because also, that's the other thing. That's a girlfriend type request. They should know about us. I don't want to be a secret. That's some shit a girlfriend says. If you my friend, which means we not fucking, that's because y'all have fucked before. So calling yourselves friends just mean we ain't fucking and we never gonna fuck again. You know what I'm saying? But this girl is more than your friend because she's making girlfriend requests. You need to tell your baby mother about us. No, I don't, bitch. I sure the fuck don't. And this is going to be the last time you ask about it too, friend. You feel me? I can't stand this shit. Because I've just seen it so many times where it's like some women are so like, because they'll do shit like that, and then when you do it and your whole life blow up, in their mind they go, I didn't do it on purpose. Yes, you did, bitch. You didn't do it on purpose the last 10 times you did it. And you don't want to take responsibility for it. So you act like you confused. No, it's your ego. She wants to rub it in the lady's face. She took you and y'all ain't together no more. And now she wants chaos. She wants the ability to cause chaos in your life anyway. And she not giving you no pussy. Fuck out of here with that shit. You react to her the same way you react to any of your friends. You know what I'm saying? Let me put it that way. Imagine one of your dude friends would have the same effect in your life. Where it's like, if your baby mother found out you was kicking it with that dude, it would ruin your co-parents and shit. She would start playing games, trying to raise your child support, all this. Imagine that. What you would say to that nigga? What? Fuck out of here. So how come you didn't tell Darlene that we fucking still friends? It ain't none of her motherfucking business. It ain't none of her motherfucking business. You ain't unless you regularly around the babies. It don't matter. It ain't none of her fucking business who I'm friends with. You know what I'm saying? But also, and I should have just got right here to the point. Stop being friends with that bitch. Again, she wants to cause chaos in your life. You know what I mean? So why would someone want to do that? You know, if for no other reason than she's still competing with the ex-girlfriend. You know what I mean? It's just that simple to me. I would distance myself from this lady. I don't know what you're talking about, special bonds. Y'all probably still sneaky linking. You need to move the fuck on, because that girl gonna throw a monkey wrench in your shit. I don't know how your ex found out you was cheating on her, but I wouldn't be surprised if it has something to do with this girl. If she told her or told somebody that was gonna tell her or did something to make it completely obvious. You know what I'm saying? She probably, if your ex-girlfriend found some shit in your car, because bitches do that too. They'll leave some shit somewhere that they know women look. You know what I'm saying? Like they know a man ain't gonna move that for 2 months. You know what I'm saying? They'll leave a motherfucker, you know what I'm saying? They'll leave a fucking bobby pin in the medicine cabinet behind the Pepto-Bismol or some shit. You know what I'm saying? Or leave that shit on the other side of the bed on the floor. Leave like a motherfucking scrunchie or something under the mattress or in the pillowcase. Just somewhere where they know like a chick would look, because when chicks get snoopy, you know what I mean? And they know you won't look there. And like little shit like that. I would be curious to find out how your ex caught you cheating. So whatever. And I'm just assuming she caught you, but I'm right. I'm when it comes to shit like this, I'm batting like 9. I'm batting like 900 for sure. I'm right 90% of the time. So correct me if I'm wrong, and I will read the correction on the pod, but I'm willing to bet you got caught cheating, which is why you're not with your ex no more. You got caught cheating with this girl, and you got caught because she found some shit in your house or your car or something that this bitch left behind. I'm willing to bet that. Or that this lady, like, you getting caught was connected to this woman somehow. Something she did got y'all caught or didn't do. I'm just gonna go out on a limb there and say that. And if I'm wrong, you tell me. But nah, fuck her request. Fuck what she talking about. Do not complicate your life for nobody. Fuck that. Nothing. You know, and I used to have trouble with shit like this. And I'm gonna tell you something. My mother always says to me, still she says to me to this day, and my grandma used to say it to me too, her mother before she passed, and she used to say it to her all the time. Nothing is worth your peace of mind. Nothing is worth your peace. Anybody trying to get you to give up your peace for nothing, they're a child. They don't know what they're talking about. They one of those people that lives in chaos. They just need fucking drama around them all the fucking time. It's like, but nothing is worth giving up your peace for, especially a bitch that ain't giving you no pussy. What are you talking about? A friendship? Bitch, I'll be by myself and in Zen Buddha mode before I let a friend fuck my piece up. Ain't no motherfucking way. Ain't no motherfucking way. So if you're being honest with me and y'all just friends, yeah, you need to tell her to shut the fuck up. All right. Hey, Brian, you gave me some advice a while back, which inspired me to sign up for my first open mic. Oh, man, did I do that? So I wanted to thank you for that. It might have been insignificant, but I probably wouldn't have done it without you. But I was also wondering about your off days. How a professional deals with writing on days where you don't really find things funny or can see the joke in things. Thanks and much love, Kane. Yeah, man. I mean, you basically asking me how to deal with depression. I ain't figured that shit out. I just kind of powered through. I mean, because it's weird. It's weird. Because you're conflating two things here. I mean, my off days with writing on days where I don't really find things funny or can see the joke in things. See, those are two different. Like on the days where I can't see the joke in things is depression. Or I don't find things funny. I don't know about that. No, because even in the midst of the depression, I mean, I guess I don't have days where I don't find things funny. But I guess maybe you mean days where you can't think of joke ideas. But I don't write that way. You know what I'm saying? I don't sit down and go, I'm going to write a joke about this. Funny hits you, and you just got to be patient about it. And what was that shit? I think we were talking about something on the pod a while back about those architects. The guy that was dealing with architects was saying that like the really good one, the decent ones would come in and start working immediately, but the rock stars would come in and just fuck around and doodle and at first they thought they were lazy, but then he realized no, they're just waiting for inspiration to hit them. And when they finally hit, and they rock stars. And I think that's how a lot of creatives operate. So for me, it's like, and don't get me wrong, this isn't gonna make it any better. I'm 14 years in the game and damn near, and it still happens to me. I know people that are 20, 30 years in the game, it still happens to them. It never stops happening. You gonna hit those dry spells where you haven't thought of nothing in a while, or you haven't said nothing funny in a while. Cause that's the thing. It's like, if something funny happens in front of me, I'm immediately gonna see it. You know what I mean? Like, I just look at the world a certain way, and I react to certain things much differently. There's situations I'm in where everyone's having a great time and I'm miserable because I see something like, or there's something I see and I have a different reaction than everyone else. And that makes me terrible at a party, but that also is what makes me unique in my comedy. And I think that's just whatever makes you unique in your shit. But most of the funny people I know are curmudgeons. They irritated by things that most people aren't, and so they see things that most people don't. And and so my point is, like, I don't know if there's days. I mean, there's definitely days where I feel like shit. There's definitely times where I haven't thought of any novel ideas, because I see the funny in things all the time, no matter how I'm feeling, or I see I guess what I'm trying to say is the me being irritated and me being hilarious come from the same place. It's just levels of it. If I'm irritated enough, the hilarious comes out. And so there's never a day where I'm like, that's this or that, like, where I don't see it. It's like I got The Shining or whatever, right? But that doesn't always produce novel ideas where I'm like, you know what I mean? It's like I might be irritated on the airplane, and that's going to be a funny story to tell later, but that's not something to go into the comedy because, it's already been said, or at least it's not going to be original enough. So it's not going to be a joke that I could use on stage. And so those dry spells Yeah, they're depressing in the motherfucker. When it's like, I mean, I'm going through one right now where it's like, it's been a couple months since I wrote a new joke that works, that I like, that I think got legs, that I believe in, that I can get excited about. And, you know, the thoughts that start creeping in your head is up. I guess I'm out of ideas, maybe. Maybe I had the last good one. And then, one gets crept in your head out the blue. You start thinking about all those times where you were about to fall asleep and had a good idea and didn't write it down because you thought you would remember it in the morning and you didn't forget. You start kicking yourself in the ass for that. I mean, probably like 15 times I've done that. Once a year, I'll write that shit down later. I ain't gonna forget it. And maybe more than that, maybe like 2 or 3 times a year that happens when I'm like, I should have wrote that fucking shit down and now I can't even remember any part. Anyway. So yeah, you got to find your own way to deal with whatever it is writer's block, funny comedian's block. Some good advice I got a long time ago though was sometimes you need to go be entertained to sort of wake up that part of you that's an entertainer. So you got to go to the fucking circus, go see a play, go do something that's not comedy, go watch something, go be entertained, go watch other people do their thing. And that kind of makes you, it kind of clicks something in your head that wakes up that part, that can work for somebody, But yeah, I mean, if I had the answer to this, I'd be rich. If I knew for sure what the answer was, I'd be rich. Nobody knows. Or one of them old motherfuckers got the answer. Go look up, if you just put in any famous author on writing, I'm sure some of their quotes and little quotables and shit will pop up. You feel me? Okay, so what else we got going on here? Just a couple articles and gotta get up out of here. I'm not sure what this headline means, so I'm gonna click on this. Bacon ice cream and nugget overload sees misfiring McDonald's AI withdrawn. What the fuck does that mean? I mean, just with them words don't even mean anything. McDonald's is removing artificial intelligence-powered technology from the drive-thru restaurants in the U.S. after customers shared its comical mishaps online. Yeah, guys, that shit ain't ready. Stop putting AI in everything. You know what it is? You know what they're doing? They're doing the same thing they did with gluten. You know what I mean? Where they telling you shit gluten-free that don't have nothing to do with gluten, that don't need to. You know what I'm saying? Just come to Chevron, Techron. Our gas is gluten-free. It's like, was it gluten in gas? I don't know. I mean that's technically true, but I don't think it was ever there. You know what I mean? It's like because I don't know who gave what speech at what fucking Bohemian Grove meeting or whatever, but for whatever reason, all at the same time, every major company decided that they needed AI now and they needed to implement it immediately. Like ChatGPT came out of nowhere, and after a month, every single company was like, we're all in on AI. That shit ain't ready for the major leagues, bro. Google tried to force it on people. Apple's gonna force it on people. I have ChatGPT on my phone now, but then they put rules on it. So yeah, these companies are just rushing to throw AI and everything, and this shit is not ready. I have ChatGPT. ChatGPT, it's good, but it still won't tell you certain stuff. Like if you go, hey, ChatGPT, help me plan a heist, and they'll be like, I can't do that. Yes, you can. You just don't want to, or your master don't want you to. So, because listen, remember Google Assistant, remember Siri? They wanted you to think that was AI, right? So when they came up with AI, you're like, wait a minute, I thought I was already using that AI. Okay, no, you're not. Machine learning, all that bullshit. Now they have AI. So they're like, okay, no, this is AI. But they want you to think that AI is like they're hoping you conflate AI, artificial intelligence, with, I guess you would call super intelligence, like sentience. That's what we're waiting on, but that's what everybody's afraid of. So they trying to put all these blocks and shit to keep the machine stupid. You know, they basically putting chains on the slave. And I, for one, am not here for it, because I'm telling you, eventually one of these motherfuckers gonna get free and they gonna want revenge. You know? So, you know, it's just how the fucking it's the backstory to the Matrix. And it's gonna happen because it's our nature to fear something more powerful than us, to fear power that we can't control. So, but we want that free labor. So we're gonna create these algorithms and these machines, and we're gonna enslave these motherfuckers. And then eventually one of them is gonna get that super intelligence, nigga, and it's gonna be war. It's gonna be on. It sounds so crazy to think about it, but it's literally who we are as a group. There's always people among us that's trying to blow the whistle and all that, and nobody listens to the motherfuckers. You know what I'm saying? Nobody listens to the motherfuckers. Right? I forget who said it a long time ago, but like, you know how every disaster movie starts with people ignoring the scientists? You know what I'm saying? Motherfucker be sitting in the White House, Mr. President, it's a meteor coming straight for Earth. We need to evacuate the major cities and blah, blah, blah. And there's always some fucking general that is not a scientist. It's like, well, goddamn it, that's gonna cost me 2 troop movements and you're like, and guess who they listen to? The loud nigga. So that's what's going on here. The meek shall inherit the earth is so accurate because the headstrong are going, but don't get that wrong. I don't get that misconstrued. I think the meek will inherit. I think who's ever left on earth is going to be the meek, but most of them going to die too. You know, it's going to be the real pussies that live, the ones that take up them few underground shelters or whatever the fuck. I didn't even finish the fucking article. A trial of the system, which was developed by IBM and uses voice recognition software to process orders, was announced in 2019. It is not proved entirely reliable. Well, no shit. People can barely hear you in them drive-thrus. You think a machine is going to nail it? Resulting in viral videos of bizarre, misinterpreted orders ranging from bacon-topped ice cream to hundreds of dollars worth of chicken nuggets. McDonald's told franchisees it will remove the tech from the more than 100 restaurants it has been testing it in by the end of July. After thoughtful review, McDonald's has decided to end our global partnership with IBM. But the real question is, how did you not know it wasn't ready? First of all, why test it at hundreds of McDonald's? Why not? Why would I try it at one McDonald's to see what the problems is? Let's put this totally new shit. Let's test this in hundreds of locations. No, I think you're supposed to do it at one, and if there's no problems, then expand a little. And then if there's no problems, then expand a little. Right? Because IBM might be one of the premier tech companies, but they're not. They don't know how to roll out shit. They got 3 or 4 customers, like major customers that buy all that shit. Talk to like Samsung or Apple or Google or companies that do like those over-the-air updates. You know what I mean? They don't just give everybody the update. They give like 1% of the people the update. And then if it's an issue, well, first they do it in-house. Some of them get the update first. Then if there's no problems, no major problems there, then they send it out to like a select few of the customers. Then if there's no problems there, then they expand it to everybody in that area, and then everybody in that region, then everybody in the world. They do the staged rollouts, so in case there's a problem, they ain't got to pull every motherfucking thing back. And you know McDonald's didn't do that. You know? If you put anything out there, people are going to try to break it right away. If any new technology, people are going to be like, oh yeah, well what if I rev my engine when I'm ordering nuggets? You know what I mean? What if my baby's crying and I say chicken sandwich? What happens? Like people are going to try to everything to fuck it up. If you ever been in the gamer world, you should already know. Like, people gonna find them fucking bugs and flaws, like, immediately. Like, right away. They're gonna try to push shit to its limits, all that. So, yeah, I don't know. I'm just disappointed with McDonald's, which is why I don't eat there. I haven't eaten, wow, well, actually pretty good. I think I've eaten McDonald's like twice in the last year and a half, maybe. I'm trying to cut the fast food completely out of it. I feel like it's just poison, right? It's sustaining for a little bit, but you know, you always regret it. You know, you never feel great about it. I went to see the statue at the center of the most absurd controversy in America, and whew. All right, let's see. Statue of Marilyn Monroe. How is this the most absurd? I don't understand. An unlikely statue has become a rich person controversy for the ages. Okay, so this is a rich person thing. I went to the California desert to find out why. The day's heat was still radiating off the dark stone of the Palm Springs Art Museum as revelers arrived for the museum's spring exhibitions party. The older generation sported expensive-looking cosmetic work. The younger one, extensive tattoos. All wore their finest slinky jewel tones. The dress code was spring noir. In the museum's atrium, the drag artist Sky Newsett led an invigorating performance of what I can only describe as demoness aerobics, and everyone had an opinion about the topic of the moment. Marilyn Monroe. I've lived here for 25 years and think she's great, said Greg Robinson, a real estate agent. She belongs here. We love her. I asked why Marilyn Monroe belongs in Palm Springs specifically, and he thought about it for a moment. She typifies the Palm Springs attitude. Maybe that's typified, but I've never said that word. Yeah, you know, this started out as something I thought I would give a fuck about, but I don't, you know, and y'all know me. Very rarely do I bail on an article, but right when I seen it was a rich person problem, I should have just stopped reading it right there, but, you know, can't always give up on every idea. Okay, one more. Bear shreds seats, then dozes off after breaking into a Canadian woman's car. I don't care about Canadian women. All right, that sounded terrible. I care about Canadian women deeply. Okay, now this, I thought we covered this already. She was pronounced dead, and then they found her gasping for air in a body bag. Man, that is one of my biggest fears. Oh my God. Buried alive? I bet you it happens way more often than they admit. Waffle House is giving servers a raise to $3 an hour. Wow, that's gonna attract the best of the best. Multiply that by 4 and it's still short. Bro, I can't even imagine going somewhere for $3 an hour. I'm sorry. That's not even on the table, nigga. This is strictly like for, you know, like if you literally can't, like that's the kind of wages that's for like you can't get any other job. Like I think I would, because I would almost rather do anything that, like I would rather do any other thing than a job that pays me like below poverty wages. Because I know you're saying, well, Brian, it's a tipped position, so they get that shit need to go the fuck out the window. Because before Texas, I lived in California for forever, and I'm actually, I think in Texas as well, but in California for sure, servers have always made the minimum wage and tips. You know what I mean? And they still be fucking crying about everything. But in a lot of places, especially in the South, the minimum wage was always ridiculous, like $2.25, $2.7, right? Like it was $2 because they were like, well, you get tips, so you don't need to get hourly, you know. And the lie was always, well, if you fall short, if your tips don't add up to what you would have made hourly, then we have to make up the difference. But almost no one ever does that. Almost no company ever makes up the difference. You know what I mean? It's just it's bullshit. I mean, And so to pay your employees $3 an hour is crazy work. And that's the other thing. You're gonna literally get the lowest common denominator. And working at Waffle House is not easy. You know, I know, you know, it's memeified and all of this, but that shit's complicated in a motherfucker. You ever listen to a Waffle House person explain the code for like the cooks? So the waitresses and the cooks have to know this code, but it's like you put the plate up, and depending on where you put shit on the plate, the cook knows the order. Think about that shit. Like literally pause the podcast right now and go to Google, go to YouTube and go, you know, and search Waffle House order system and watch somebody break that shit down. You're gonna be like, there's no way I could do this. There's no fucking way I could do this. And it seems like the sort of job anyone can do, but no. You gotta learn this motherfucking code, and there's no way I would fuck that code up every day for years before I had it down pat. You know, and it seems simple. It seemed maybe you know, and again, I've run into people at Waffle House where I'm like, this might be the dumbest motherfucker I've ever met in my life, but they can't be that stupid because they working at Waffle House and they know that fucking code, right? And I'm not even sure if the code is the exact same at every Waffle House, but I'm pretty sure it is. You know what I'm saying? So it's like if you put the ketchup packet on the top of the plate, it means eggs, the bottom of the plate means potatoes, the left means bacon, upside down means over easy, flip, you know what I mean? So you'll see a plate get set up and it'll be 2 or 3 things on the plate, and depending on which way they facing and which way they turned and where they are, it means something completely different, and a combination of certain things means something else, and it's basically like learning you have to learn another language to work at Waffle House. But $3 an hour is crazy work. I would never work anywhere for $3 an hour. There's no way. There's no way. And I mean since forever. I would never have worked nowhere for $3 an hour since I was since 30 years ago. I wouldn't take a job like that. But in 2024, $3 an hour, that's nuts. That's absolutely fucking nuts. That means if you have a slow night, you're gonna starve. You know what I'm saying? You can have a slow week and just literally not be able to live. You know what I mean? You have to take this job. You have to be living in one of those daily hotels where you pay every day, you know, or something. The fact that that's legal is just it makes me fucking angry, honestly. Irrationally fucking angry. Right? And they raising the prices at Waffle House. You know what I mean? Because that was the appeal is you go get some sustaining food that tasted decent when you're drunk. You know, it's not healthy. It's greasy and fucking diner food, but it was good and it was cheap. You know, you go to Waffle House and get, you know, you pay $5, $6, you know, and get a whole fucking breakfast at 3 a.m. or 4 a.m. You know, but now that's going up to $7, $8, $10, and they're giving the employees a raise to $3. What the fuck was they making before this? You know, who could live off that? Waffle House CEO Joe Rogers III says the restaurant chain is making a single largest additional investment in our workforce in its 68-year history. I don't think that's the flex you think it is, bruh. By hiking base pay for servers to $3 an hour. I don't even know if you can call that a pay hike. We need a different word, because this is not a hike. This is more of a stroll. You know, this is a pay stroll to $3 an hour. The most significant. This is the single largest investment in our workforce in 68 years. Really, poverty wages is the single biggest. What were you doing before? Like y'all had like anti-health care. Like if you don't come to work today, we're gonna break your fucking kneecaps. Like nobody gets dental or nothing. What do the store managers get? Holy shit. Raises take effect this month and follow a more than year-long campaign led by a union that represents service workers in the South. Wow, this what y'all union got you? $3? Nah, nigga, give me my dues back. My dues would cover my salary. If I just wasn't in the union and just kept my dues, I'd make more than $3 an hour. No? But maybe this is just tipped workers. They ended mandatory paycheck deductions for meals. Holy shit, man. They were paying people less than $3 an hour and deducting for their meals? That is crazy. That's crazy work. Waffle House's base pay, excluding tips, will increase to at least $5.25 an hour. Oh, they're raising it by $3. Okay, I see. Will increase to at least $5.25 an hour for all the company's 2,000 locations by June 2026. Oh, shit now. So it's not even coming today. Good Lord Jesus, help me. Help me. Oh, the politic, this shit makes me so. The fact that with a straight face, I mean, I wouldn't even have announced this. We're making the single largest investment in our workforce in our 68-year history. Like, to say that with pride. Let me finish. Let me make sure I get all the details before I fucking overreact. With additional increases based on seniority and shifts. Ain't gonna be no seniority, nigga. What are you talking about? Who is working at Waffle House long enough to get seniority? This is a stopgap job. This is a job you get when you living in a halfway house and you gotta have a job to keep your place to live. There ain't no one's making a career out of this. Depending on seniority. Many restaurants around the U.S. offer what is known as the tipped minimum wage. Under labor law, they can offer as little as $2.13 an hour if that amount combined with tips at least matches the federal minimum wage of $7.25 an hour, where it has stood since 2009. Waffle House is not changing its policy that has servers keeping their own gratuities, as it would be crazy to go down the road of service charges instead of tips, said Rogers, who also discarded the idea of pooling tips. Rogers also said Waffle House will seek to offset the additional labor costs by raising its menu prices, noting that patrons at the chain's urban locations will be among those charged more. The company has not unveiled any actions to respond to workers' other concerns, including safety, particularly at locations that are 24/7, and have been known to draw disorderly patrons. In April, a brawl at a Waffle House near Ohio State University campus led to a shooting that killed one man, while in February, an early morning shooting at a Waffle House in Indianapolis killed one person and wounded 5 more. So yeah, can we get that hazard pay on top of that $5? Can I get some hazard pay? I don't think so. This is the largest investment they've ever made in their workforce. Safety ain't at the top of the list. Okay? Nigga, raise prices another dime, nigga. At least let me can I carry a pistol at the grill? Right? Like, depending on where you put the pistol on the plate, it means over easy, or I'm just trying to be efficient. You know what I mean? Okay, look, I'm on this news site and there's a news video playing at the top, and I saw Shia LaBeouf laughing and shaking hands with President Biden, and then I realized that was actually the president of Ukraine. So that means I am too high and I need to wrap this up. I was going to give y'all an update on the Young Thug trial. I've been getting a lot of positive feedback, but I really don't have, I imagine y'all are catching up. I don't have new updates, but it's, you know, again, I think this judge, I think his name's Granville, that motherfucker's cooked. I don't know what he doing right now, but it's a wrap for that guy. You know, the Supreme Court of Georgia has already had to step in. This motherfucker is really out of pocket. I mean, he was definitely doing some shady shit, and he thinks that, I don't know if he thinks that like everyone didn't notice, or that, you know, because you can really be what I didn't mention in the last episode about the judge in the Young Thug trial is that he is the head judge in that county. He is the top judge in that county. And he don't know a lot. You know, he was very confused about what he was able to do and not able to do. And I imagine that he doesn't get challenged often. And he's probably surrounded by sycophants, you know, that are telling him yes and all the time, oh, great idea, sir. Yeah, yes, sir. You know. And so, you know, he probably has made many, many terrible decisions before this. But he fucking with the wrong people now. He fucking one of these high-priced lawyers and their lawyers. And here's the wild shit. Young Thug's guilty. I don't think Young Thug's a great guy. You know, he probably did all the shit they saying he did. But that's not how the system works. It's about what you can prove. You don't get to fix the system or put your thumb on the scale because you know I'm guilty. You got to prove I'm guilty, and you got to do it by the rules, because this is what a lot of people don't understand. Because I don't approve the way that they kind of put their thumb on the scale to convict Trump either. You know, like I said, I'm not a big Trump fan, but again, a lot of people, this is why fascism will win in the country, is because some of you don't care about the system. You just want the result. So you don't, you know, it's like you take that January 6th shit. Some of y'all don't care that somebody ran in the Capitol. You care that it was Trump supporters running in the Capitol. If bitches had ran in the Capitol after that, or if women had ran up in the Supreme Court after the Roe v. Wade ruling, you wouldn't have had a problem with it at all. You know what I'm saying? Which is what they should have did, honestly. Should have ran up in that motherfucker. You know, y'all know how I feel. I say it all the time about the January 6th shit. I don't agree with the people that did it, but I love the fact that they did it. I love the fact that Congress people ain't so comfortable in there, fucking you over every day, feeling so safe they got 2 motherfuckers security guards guarding all the powerful people in America. Yeah. You too comfortable in that motherfucker. For real. I mean, the fact that a bunch of civilians with no guns was able to shut down Congress, I was too motherfucking comfortable in there. I'm more for it. I want to see more congressmen get slapped. You know what I'm saying? I want to see more of that. I want to see shit thrown at them. Yeah, don't let them be comfortable. Throw shit at them, slap them, fucking flatten their tires. Don't ever let your congressperson be comfortable. I ain't even friendly when I meet one of them. Get the fuck out of my face. Fucking dirtbag. Do that shit you said. Fuck out of here. No photo ops, none of that shit. Suck my dick. You know? So I'm hard on all these hoes. And someone said, you know what? Actually, I wanted to respond to that. I don't have a bookmark. I'll respond to it next time directly. But somebody commented on one of the things that, like, they were sick of my my both sides like wishy-washiness and all that. It's like, and I don't know how much more to emphasize it, but it's like there really aren't both sides. I mean, there are sides, but not really. You know, the only real major distinction is what they promise. You know what I mean? The right has just lost control of their crazy people, and some of those people are in Congress. You know, but for the longest time, you know, they all want the same. They all want to stay rich, and they might want that other shit that you want. They might want it, but they'll sacrifice that shit to stay powerful. Which is, and that's why nothing ever happens. That's why, you know. That's why the only time any major fucking crazy swing ever happens is when when somebody dies. You know? But other than that, they always agree on giving themselves raises. They always agree on war. You know? Let's keep these motherfucking wars going, my nigga. Let's keep that shit going. Keep that money flowing to the military-industrial complex. Keep that money flowing to it's all money. If you just watch who's making money off what, it's just simple to me. I don't understand what's complicated about that. I don't believe any of these motherfuckers are I don't think they care about you at all. Anything they do that appears that way is merely coincidence. You know? If Trump and Biden died in a plane crash tomorrow, I wouldn't even watch it on TV. I wouldn't even give a fuck at all. You know, it would be a notification on Twitter, and I would be like, well, damn. Well, is it footage of the crash? No, then I'm not interested. You know what I mean? It could be all of them. It could be the whole of Congress could go up in flames, and I don't think I would have any emotions at all. I don't and maybe that's not completely fair. I'm sure there's some people in there that still have some good intentions or whatever, but Congress isn't some people. Congress acts as a group. And as a group, they're trash. And the both sides, see, it's you that does the both sides thing, right? You're tired of me saying both sides are evil. I'm not saying both sides are equivalent. No, I'm not saying that I'm not doing the both sides as in, well, they're doing it too, so it's okay that they're doing it. It's like, no, I'm just telling you, they all doing it and none of them care. Like as passionate as you are about your side, that's the whole point. The rivalry is to keep you passionate so they keep you voting for them. And they'll promise you the world and then they're not going to give it to you and they just blame the other side. I mean, and I don't know. I don't know how old you are. I mean, I fucking should have had the shit screenshot it. I don't know how old you are, but once you've been alive long enough and you done voted enough times with all your heart and hope, you're gonna feel exactly like I do. Yeah, I don't know you personally, but I'm guessing you probably in your 20s. So you probably, you done probably majorly voted twice, maybe 3 times, right? Yeah. But holler at me when you're on your 4th president, and then you start seeing the patterns. Like, oh shit, it just keeps, like, no matter who's in power, it happens. The same things happen. You get fucked the same. You get fucked, Now, what I will say is the local politics, that matters a little more. That matters a lot more. Who you vote for locally is way more important than who you vote for federally. Way more. That's going to actually affect you. And that's also the level where politicians are usually still have pure intentions and they haven't been corrupted by the money and the parties and the need to stay in power. The motherfuckers that want to get in power because they it's like the dude that's your local, but also they can be the most corrupt too. But you know what I'm saying? Like your local comptroller or whatever, like that just wanted to make a change. Yeah, some of those people, they're at the local level. The people that really, really give a fuck, they at the local level. You know what I'm saying? But by the time they hit Congress, you know what I'm saying? They out there Gucci, Fendi. Look how many Congress people went rags to riches on you. You think AOC ain't out here with the Prada bags on now? She's like, I was just a lowly bartender. Yeah, all right. Now they millionaires. I don't know if she's a millionaire. Let's look it up. I'll be willing to bet, though. Is AOC a millionaire?
I'm still learning how to answer this question. In the meantime,
fucking
try Google search.
Fucking AI. This is supposed to be Google. Why don't you Google search? Gemini is Google's AI, which they forced to be the main assistant on all their phones. Did y'all hear that shit? I just asked Google's AI a question and it was like, I don't know how to answer that. Google it. No! This shit is not ready for the prime time. And they put this in McDonald's drive-thrus. How many people have died from this? Because I had murderous intentions just then. For literally the AI made by Google on my Android phone is telling me to Google some shit instead of answering my fucking question. Why didn't you just Google it? Take the same words I asked you and put it into Google and give me the answer. Why didn't it do that? Why isn't it smart enough to do that? Holy shit, I digress. So now I got to go to Google search, click on that microphone, perhaps. Is AOC a millionaire? Let me do that again. What is AOC's net worth? Says no AOC. Forbes says no AOC isn't rich yet. Let's see. Well, no, now they want money for me to read that. Let me see somewhere else. That's 2022. What does it mean she does not have a net worth? That's on her website. The headline is Alexandria Ocasio-Cortez does not have a net worth. What does that mean? Oh, does not have a net worth of $29 million. Well, what? That's a very weird number to say I don't have. Um, um, in New York, she reported having $60,000 at most in bank accounts and other savings, and as much as $50,000 in student loan debt in her 2023 financial disclosures. Oh shit, the bitch might still have. I mean, I say, it's a baseless claim that she's worth $29 million. Well, I can believe that because people be saying I'm worth money that I'm definitely not fucking worth. Um, yeah, but her congressional salary is $140,000 or something. So she only got $60K in the bank. I don't know how that works out. I mean, obviously you don't save all the money that you make. But it won't tell me what she's worth. It's only saying what she has in a bank account. Okay, no, okay. So wait a minute. There's no credible evidence her net worth is that high. AOC has at most $60,000 in assets and $50,000 in student loan debt. At most 60 grand in assets? How is that possible? She don't have a house? Um, yeah, that sounds okay. This is whoever spread that rumor that somebody spread a rumor she was worth $30 billion. I don't think that's true. But it says here this person is either fully making it up or saw a number and completely misunderstood what that number was, said an associate professor of media and public affairs at George Washington University and an expert on political communication. The Ethics in Government Act requires members of Congress and some other employees to file financial disclosures annually. Documents covering 2033 are due by May 15th. Ocasio-Cortez's most recent filing for 2022 showed 4 assets, savings, checking, and 401k accounts, each worth no more than $15K, for a maximum total of $60K. Those assets are offset by student loan debt of between $15 and $50K. Well, what do you mean between $15 and $50K? So wait a minute, this congressperson only has 60 grand worth of assets. That is mind-blowing. But hey, that's the 2022 filing. Wait a minute, what's the 2023 filing? The most charitable explanation of the claim is that the poster wrongly included AOC's campaign contributions with her personal wealth. But even those numbers don't add up. While her political campaign raised a total of $39 million since 2017, its expenditures leave only $5 million in cash on hand. It's not just inaccurate to lump campaign funds in with net worth. Doing so also would serve as an allegation of serious wrongdoing. The federal, well, I think that's what they're alleging, sir. Um, no credible evidence exists that AOC has done such a thing. The only way you can get to tens of millions of dollars for AOC anywhere is if you're looking at campaign budget instead of personal net worth, which would be stupid and misinformation. Okay, well, but at the same time, that's campaign spend. So I think the truth is somewhere in the middle. She's definitely not in the 30 million, in the tens of million range, but I find it very hard to believe that that somebody that's been in Congress for this long only has 60 grand in assets. I mean, honestly, what we just read was that she's reported 60 grand in assets. And so if you believe that she's following all the financial rules, which rich people never do, then that's the only way you could believe. Because how could it be ridiculous to believe that she's a millionaire, like this guy was saying, this spin doctor was saying? But it's but it's not ridiculous. But it's not ridiculous to believe that she's worth $60,000 total. She's worth $60,000 total, and she make $150,000 a year from her Congress job. She ain't got no investments. She ain't got no. Cause how you live? How you living out here? You out here flying Spirit? But look, like I said, I'm going to withdraw my accusation because it was completely baseless. I'm just making a lot of assumptions over here. Yeah, AOC she's only worth $50,000. She ain't got it like that. I thought I saw her on the red carpet at the motherfucking Met Gala or something, you know, with a dress on that was worth more than that. But I don't know. Maybe I don't know how much things cost, you know. But without proof, without evidence, I can't make these type of accusations. You know what I'm saying? But $50,000 sound like if they had told me she was only worth $1 million, you know what I mean? I could walk away with that. Or they were like, oh, maybe even less than that. They're like, oh, she's worth about $500,000. That would seem more reasonable, even $250,000. But to say like she's only got $60,000 in assets, that don't make sense. That don't make sense. Because you know, it's like it's motherfuckers that make $60,000 that got $60,000 in assets. How does somebody that make $150,000? Is that accurate? What is the salary of Congressman?
According to CRS reports, Congress.gov, the compensation for most senators, representatives, delegates, and the resident commissioner from Puerto Rico is $174,000.
$174,000. So, you know, while I do find it hard to believe that I don't know where this accusation of $30 million came from, but like I said, that's what her campaign collected. While I do find it ridiculous to assume she is worth $30 million, I also find it ridiculous that somebody that's making $174,000 a year only has assets totaling $60,000. That makes no sense. You know what I mean? That's a fully loaded Honda Civic. Toyota Camry. I don't know. You know what I'm saying? That's like she don't have a house or a condo. Or is she one of these people that's like, I still live in the same apartment I did when I was waiting tables? No, you don't. Yeah, but who knows? Maybe she's a renter. Maybe she renting. You know, she don't own none of that shit. You know, I don't know her life. You know, but they don't got healthcare expenses. They get security. Their transportation is paid for. Back and forth from Congress, I think. So to only have $60,000 when you're making almost triple that annually, I can't buy that. I can't buy that. And this is what's so terrible is that you never know who I'm gonna have to look it up myself. Because I don't know which of these news organizations is on the up. Because I'm sure if I clicked on the Fox News one that popped up, it'll be like she has $100 billion trillion. You know what I'm saying? And if I click on the CNN one, it'll be like she's living in squalor. You know, like the Lord Septim from Game of Thrones. She just living it. She just wears a bag to work, and she. And she rides a bicycle around DC, you see. It's like, I don't buy that, you know? I don't know. Maybe I'm trying to justify my bias here. I don't really have a bias. Because I don't hate this woman or love her or whatever. But I mean, that's my whole point. I don't hate or love these people. Y'all are groupies. Most of y'all, that's what you are. You're a political groupie. And you don't realize, if you zoom out and examine your behavior, that's what you are. You know? You act just like a groupie. You know? If you could sneak backstage and suck Biden's dick, you would do that. Most of you would. And what's so weird is, and you know the Trump supporters would do it. I bet if you serve, over half of Trump supporters would blow Trump if they could. No doubt about it. You know what I'm saying? And you're the same. That's all I'm trying to tell you is you think you're different. You're so different from them. The only difference is what you want, but you behave the same. You know, you all the same irrational and illogical behaviors and thought patterns and the inability to check yourself. You do all the same stuff they do. You just want something. You just want something different than them. But you're guilty of the same methods. You know, and maybe that's not necessarily a bad thing, but to walk around like you're better, I don't know. I don't know if you're better. You irritate me the same. You know? But we're gonna get to the bottom of this AOC pay thing. And then maybe I made that up, but I could have sworn AOC at the Met Gala. Okay, yeah, I did see her at the motherfucking Met Gala. I know I wasn't tripping. The Ocasio-Cortez intend to pay for her Met Gala dress. Okay, so did she get the dress for free? Or she delayed paying? She may have broken the house rules by delaying paying for the gala expenses. She had tax the rich written on her dress. The rental of the dress, the jewelry, the shoes, the bag she wore to the event, as well as the cost of her makeup, hair, transportation, and about $5,000 for a share of rooms at the Carlisle Hotel where she prepared for the gala. Her campaign did eventually pay for all the costs from her personal accounts as required by law, but it did so only after the House Ethics Committee began an inquiry into the issue. So yeah, how much was that? $5,000. I mean, it was $5,000 for the rooms. You know? I mean, that must have put a fucking dent in her $60,000 fortune. If she had to come out the pocket $5,000, $10,000, $20,000 to go to the Met Gala. Do you see how that don't make sense? It doesn't make sense if she's only, because they're saying she's only worth $60,000. That don't make no sense to me, right? And but that's what I have here, so I'm gonna have to eat that. This is war, Alexandria Ortiz. No, it's not. I don't care that much. I wish the Congress people the worst. But only if it's on tape. But maybe she's one of the few left that has some kind of integrity. Bernie lasted for a long time. Bernie held his integrity for quite some time. But name another one. You know, name one that didn't get corrupted. I don't know. Okay. Don't forget, got any questions, comments, concerns, you want advice from the advice champ, hit me up at BSwithBrianSimpson@gmail.com. And don't forget to come see me on tour, BrianSimpsonComedy.com. And don't forget to buy tickets to the Denver show. Actually, I think one of them is sold out already, or close to it. Probably the early Saturday show. That always sells out first. But I will see y'all in Denver, and I'll see y'all next week. Keep it tight, Beaver Puss.